So, good morning ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the NEC. Welcome to the Lancashire Insurance Classic Motor Show with Discovery Channel. You are at the right place at the right time. Now we get to see some cars. Now it's time for me to talk about the Sporting Bears. I'm very excited about talking about the Sporting Bears. They're here, some of them are in the audience. This is what we do when we see a Sporting Bear. Okay, you see anyone dressed like me in an orange fleece, this is what you do. You give them a hug. Don't feel bad about it, feel good about it, because these people are the most incredible people in the classic car community. And let me tell you for why. Okay, the Sporting Bears have been supporting the NEC for 28 years. How much money do you think they've raised over that time? Well, it's a big number, and I'm going to tell you, and usually it raises the roof of the building. They've raised all of it, goes to children's charities, every single penny. They don't keep a bit for themselves. They've raised £2.4 million. Our aim this weekend is to make that £2.5 million. And the way that they raise their money is nothing special, nothing unique, but it's just wonderful. It's so simple. These guys, they've got amazing cars. You're going to get to see some of them on stage. These cars are their pride and joy, but they don't put them behind a glass box. They don't put them on the stand under a piece of carpet for us all to stare at. No, they bring them down to the corner of Hall 5 and they stand there in their orange fleeces, and they'll invite any of you to come and have a go in their car for a simple sum of 10, 15, £20, depending on the vehicle. You'll go for a 10-mile jaunt around the streets of Birmingham. There's nothing in the law that says how fast you can go. If it says it's a 60 miles an hour speed limit, you can get to 60 miles an hour in 1 second if you like. There's nothing in the law that says you can't. So it will be a thrill ride of your life around Birmingham in an amazing car. Take selfies, do an Instagram, post it up, make all your mates jealous that you've come to a car show but you got to drive in a car. And guess what? Every single penny of the money that you've donated to have a go in that car, every penny of it goes to the children's charities. These guys, they don't take any money out for their hotel, transportation, polish, petrol, tyre wear, servicing their cars, eating, getting here, all the rest of the things that they do, they donate it all for free. That's why when you see somebody wearing the orange fleece, what do? You give them a hug and you tell them how much we love them. Yesterday, this wonderful bunch of people, they gave me this. They made me the honorary patron of the Sporting Bears. And it brought a tear to my eye and to my wife's eye, because we've been supporting them for years. And I can't tell you how excited I am about singing their praises from the rooftops like I'm doing right now. And our aim is to keep raising money for these children's charities. Right, who wants to see some cars? Oh, that wasn't very good. Who wants to see some cars? Yay! Of course we do, that's why we're all here. So, the first car, you're going to absolutely love this. If you're like me and you hate paying for car parking, particularly here at the NEC, 16 quid. Did you see the guy on the door with a mask and a pistol in his hand? 16 quid to park your car, the thieving gypsies. If you're like me and you want to avoid paying for car parking from now on in every single multi-storey car park, come to the NEC, you'll never have to pay them. And what you need to do is you need to buy yourself one of these, ladies and gentlemen. Please put your hands together for Steve Jarvis and his Lotus Europa. Steve, come on son, we got Mike, he's got it. Steve, how are you? Give us a hug. And you. Steve, come stand up here, stand up here. First of all, everyone say hello, Steve. Hello, Steve. Steve, say hello back.
Morning, everyone.
Right now, Steve. Steve's never paid for any car parking before in his life. I'll tell you for why, because look, right, I'm 6 foot tall. This car comes up to my belt. That's what it comes up to, my belt. How high is the Lotus Europa?
This one's about 39.
39 inches. They called the Ford GT40 because it's 40 inches high. This car's 39 inches high, straight under a barrier. Bloody lovely. I love these cars, little Lotus Europa. Tell us about your one, sir.
Okay then, this is a 1971 Series 2 Lotus Europa. This one was actually modified by a dealer called Bob Else when it was a new car, which upped the power and little bits and pieces added to it. That's why there's a scoop in the rear quarter. and mirrors and cosmic wheels. It actually put this car up to about 105 brake horsepower, which isn't a great deal, but it weighs 700 kilos. So power per weight is quite high.
I'll put that into layman's terms for you, so we can all understand it. So it's only got just over 100 horsepower, but it weighs the same as a dry J-cloth. Does that make sense? It's weightless, the car. So once you've got that horsepower in a weightless car, you get power to weight ratio. So brake horsepower per tonne is probably more like 300 brake horsepower per tonne. It really does get down the road rather quickly. Now this car is a car that you can only take one passenger in.
Only one passenger, yeah.
And what can these people expect when they go out on the road with you in your Lotus Europa?
The one experience that people feed back to me all the time is the ability of it to handle, to take the curves. It's not a tremendously fast car in a straight line, but when you come to the bendy bits, that's when the fun really starts. The grip is phenomenal, absolutely phenomenal.
So you're saying that you'll take somebody for a 10-mile jaunt and you'll have a very good attempt at tearing their face
I will
off?
try very hard,
You'll
yeah.
try to remove their face as you go around the corner. Very, very good indeed. I'm just going to come down here because I've always been a massive fan of these. And I think you've got the best view in the house when you're down here. Oh, look at that. I mean, that is a special car, isn't it? It really is.
It's not big.
I love it. I absolutely love it. So how much is it going to cost me? I mean, one of the most iconic British brands, the whole world, known the world over, Lotus. How much is it going to cost me to go for a drive in the passenger seat of your beloved Lotus Europa?
To go in what was probably the first mid-engine mass-produced car in the world, grand total of £20.
20 quid, the same price as a cup of coffee here at the NEC. Hey? 20 quid! That's all he wants, 20 quid. And what are you going to do with that 20 quid? You're going to take a tenner out of it for yourself?
No. We'll give it all to charity.
Give every single penny of it to charity. And could you imagine the looks on your friends' faces when you Instagram a picture as you go around a corner having your face ripped off and you're saying, guess what I'm driving today? And I've done it all for charity. Can you imagine the look on your friends' faces? So you make sure you go and see this young man, Steve, over there, press your nose up against the fence, wave, shout, cheer, and say to him, I want to pay 20 quid for a ride in that. You're going to be a popular man today.
I hope so.
Good. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together. Steve Jarvis, it's Lotus Europa. Thank you very much, Steve. Top man, top man. Well done. You won't get stuck. This is the worry that they're so low that you're going to drag its belly as it comes on. This will be fine. You watch. Perfect, starts up on the button. Yes, how nice is that? Isn't that a proper car? That is a proper car. Right, now we're going to move on from one British mark to another very famous British mark. This is Keith Borkett and his Jaguar SS 100, and he's brought it all the way up from Suffolk. Hello Keith, give him a big round of applause, ladies and gentlemen, look at that. Whoa, whoa, what do we do? Do we salute? Do we bow? What do I do when one of these are on stage? Is it a bow, a curtsy, a salute? What's the correct terminology? Oh, you've got a microphone, so I don't need this one. Bring it in, son. Bring it in. Bring it in. You can make it awkward if you like. Make it awkward. I don't mind. Make it a little bit awkward. So, Keith. Everyone, say hello to Keith. Keith, say hello.
Hello.
Right, now Keith, again, I'm going to stand down there because I'm a huge fan of these SS 100. Keith, tell us about your car.
All right, this is a Suffolk-built replica of the SS 100. I've had this since about 2001. It's got a Jaguar XK straight 6 4.2 engine in it, twin SU carburetors, and I love the lines of the car, the flow of the car.
It's beautiful.
It's one of the first cars to carry the Jaguar name. Yeah.
It's just absolutely I mean, from down here, is it me or does it look like it's doing 100 miles an hour already? Or is it just me? It does, doesn't it? It just looks like it's going fast. What I love about these and what you're going to have an experience in this car, if you go for a drive in this car, is the fact that this is a car you can't help but be out of, although you're in it. Because it's so narrow inside, you have to put your arm over the window, which means you're connected with the outside world. So when you go for a drive, it's thrilling because you're sort of exposed in the car and you get to feel the road underneath you. You get to feel the spray coming up from the Birmingham streets. It's an absolute thrill ride a minute, it really is. And you can imagine what the pictures are going to look like from behind the wheel if you Instagram it and take pictures. I love this car, I really do, and you're a massive supporter of the Sporty Bears. What does it mean to be a bear for you?
Well, I mean, to be honest, I mean, I love the car, but it's good for us to be able to get out there, do something good for charity. As Mike said, you know, all the money goes to the charity, but it's a good excuse for us to go away for a weekend, have a nice drive in a decent car, and it's a win-win because it's not a hardship driving this, right? It's a real pleasure, but we also get the benefit for the charities as well. So it's what's not to like?
I love that. It's an excuse to get away for the weekend, eh? That's a perfect excuse, isn't it? So how much is it going to cost me to go in that? What, 50 quid, 50, 60 quid?
No, 25 quid.
What? Shut up! What? Seriously?
25 quid.
That's a sandwich and a bag of crisps here at the NEC, 25 quid. Seriously, 25
25,
quid?
yeah.
Is that all?
That's it. That's it.
£25. So there you go. Anybody here interested? 25 quid, put your hand up in the air. I bet somebody here would be interested in going in. I'm not saying that, yeah, see? That chap over there. You, sir, at some point during the day, go and make your way over there, put your nose against the fence, go and see somebody with an orange fleece on, doesn't matter who, just get their attention and say you would like to have a ride in the SS 100 Jaguar and enjoy every minute of it. And know that whilst you're sitting in the passenger seat of this car, every single part of that £25 went to help a children's charity. Can't say fairer than that, can you? And just enjoy it. Give them a big round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much, Keith. Let's watch this one leave stage. Oh, I've got a real parade of British cars coming up. It's very nice. Very nice. Here we go. Look at this. I've got the keys. What did you do? Why did you take the keys out? What did you think? Somebody in Birmingham was going to steal it off the stage? So, do you want to give that 25 quid now and we'll push you off the stage and that's about all we can do. What did you do with the keys? It is, yes, here we go. This is what the Sporty Bears do. You want to jump in it? Yeah, because otherwise it's going to go straight off into that wall, Keith. Don't worry, it's down to 15 quid now. I'm sure he's going to find the keys in 2 minutes. How good was that? That's nice, isn't it? Why did he take the keys out? What has he heard about Birmingham that we should all be aware of? I mean, the car's here. He only moved 1 foot away from it. Right, here we go with the next car. Look at this, ladies and gentlemen. This is Paul Bonsall. Oh, that sounds fruity. This is his wonderful Jaguar Mark II. Paul, how are you, dear boy? Nice to see you again. Take the microphone. Give us a hug, Paul. Give us a hug. I love Paul. Me and Paul have known each other for several years. Paul, come stand here.
Yeah.
Come stand here, Paul. We're going to stand in front of the car. So, Paul, first of all, everyone say hello, Paul.
Hello.
Paul,
hello, everybody.
Well done, Paul. Lovely. Now, if you were born in the 1950s, 1960s, and you switched on the TV, every time there was a robbery that took place, the getaway driver was driving a Mark II Jaguar. Am I correct? Right, this is the car that the robbers used to get away from the police, and they did that because it's fast, it's quick, it's lively, they're blooming brilliant. Now Paul here hasn't earned his money robbing banks. He's done it another way, he's done it a legal way. But Paul, tell us a little bit about your Mark II Jaguar.
Right, I got the Mark II about 10 years ago, and I imported it from Australia. And I bought it blind, as in I saw the advert, but I couldn't afford to go over to Australia to see it. So I took the guy at his word. The basic thing I was interested in was that it was a rust-free car, and it is absolutely rust-free underneath. It's not seen any salt in its life, well, not until I brought it into this country. And it came with a 4.2 race-prepared engine. So I thought that's going to be really good. And it was a 4.2 race-prepared engine, but it had been raced, and it was shot. To put a polite word on it, yes. So the engine was shot at. So I sourced a 3.8 engine to go back into the car to bring it more back to the original car. But when I got the engine, I bought this second hand, and I got hold of the car, and it was a 3.8 out of the Mark 10. So it's the equivalent of the same engine that went into the Series 1 E-Type, the Series 1 E-Type and the Mark 10. Both had a 3.8 engine, but with a different cylinder head. So effectively, this has got the same engine in as the E-Type.
Fantastic. So I heard it's quite revvy when you brought it up on stage. So you drive, it's manual as well, so you drive it quite sportingly.
Yeah, I like to get on.
Good.
Don't want to hold up the traffic, you know.
Yeah, good.
And yeah, it's also been mated up with a 5-speed gearbox, courtesy of Toyota. It's a Toyota Supra gearbox.
Is it really? That is fantastic. Now, what do you notice about his car? What do you notice about it that I've noticed straight away? You notice it? It's dirty. Do you know why it's dirty? Because this is being used all the time. It's out there, driving around the streets and raising money. Do you know why? First of all, how much is it for a go in this one?
£25.
£25. Do you know why this one's dirty and it's out there all the time? What's the difference between this and the others? 3 extra seats in it. So 25 quid, what's that, £8 a person? And you can get 3 passengers in this car and you can go for a jaunt around 10 miles, the scenic routes of Birmingham. It's beautiful. And you can have this man drive you rather sportingly and sideways, if you like, around a few of those corners. So have you been busy over the weekend? You had lots of passengers?
I was very busy yesterday. I did 9 rides yesterday.
9 rides he did yesterday.
It was the busiest car yesterday.
Fantastic.
Much to my surprise.
Well, I gather you're going to be the busiest one again today because you can take extra people in your car.
Yeah.
It's an absolute beauty, sir. We really appreciate you bringing it down. We love what you do for Sporting Bears. Long may it continue. Give him a big round of applause, ladies and
Thank
gentlemen.
you very much.
Thank you very much, Paul. Absolutely fantastic, Paul. Just listen to it when it needs as well because it's rather racy, this car. You just have a little listen. How cool is that? Huh? Doesn't that just sound wonderful? Thank you very much, Paul. Absolutely brilliant. Right now, the last car. Just need to take a moment here because the last car is quite possibly the world's most gorgeous, unbelievably sexy car. I always thought the designer of this car, we'll talk about it when he gets on stage. I absolutely love these. We're actually restoring one with Practical Classics here on the stage over the next 3 days. This lucky owner, his name is Jeff Carlisle Dott. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the Jaguar E-Type.
She said, baby, it's understood.
Oh my God, look at that car.
It's all very
Lovely, give a big round of applause, ladies and gentlemen, just look at that. It's got the detachable hardtop on it as well. How nice is that? 1 second, I'm live on stage, Mr. Plato, can I call you back? Hold on, Jason, I'm going to put you on speakerphone so everyone can hear. Jason Plato, are you on your way to the NEC?
I'm at gate 3!
Yes, he's already here. That's absolutely fantastic. I'm going to pass you over to one of the organisers, Jason. That's Plato. Bring his car into the back here. Right, sorry about that, ladies and gentlemen. I did say that Mr. Plato was on his way, and he is on his way. He's literally arrived. Would you like to step out the car? Fantastic. This is Jeff, ladies and gentlemen. Give a big round of applause. Jeff, give us a hug. Sorry about that little bit of confusion there, Jeff. Jeff, come and stand this end. Everyone in the audience, say hello, Jeff.
Hello, Jeff.
Jeff, say hello back. Microphone to your mouth.
Hello back.
Now, Jeff, I live in the town of Royal Leamington Spa. And the next street from where I live, I walk past a house and it's got a blue plaque outside. It says Malcolm Sawyer lived here. Malcolm Sawyer was the designer of the Jaguar E-Type. And I always think when I go past that house, I always think Malcolm Sawyer must have had the world's sexiest wife or girlfriend. He had to have had, didn't he? I mean, if you're going to draw inspiration from what's around you, he must have had a looker. He must have had a looker, because look at that car. It's absolutely sublime. It's gorgeous. I'm jealous. It's wicked. It's beautiful. I love it with that detachable hardtop. I want to stand down here just for a second, just so I can, oh, look at that. That is brilliant. So, just tell us a little bit about it, please, Jeff.
Well, this is the last of the E-Types that was made.
The best of the best, some will say.
Well, it's a matter of opinion. The Series 1 is the sexiest with the covered headlights and the flowing lines. But for the American market, they had to uncover the headlights and raise the bumpers and put different lights on. And well, the last series has had a V12 5.3 litre engine, and most of them were automatic, the Americans, but it's still quite fast and handles well. This is roomier than the Series 1 because it's built on the long wheelbase and got longer doors, more room inside.
Do you know, if I was to draw a picture of the typical E-Type Jaguar owner, if you open up a dictionary and put E-Type Jaguar owner, it's a picture of him appears. Yeah, so I've got the E-Type Jaguar, this is the Series 3, absolutely wonderful car. And take it to the pub at the weekends and had some fillies in the back of it, absolutely wonderful. I love this car, and this is probably one of the stars over there. I've seen we've got some amazing cars. It has to be one of the stars in terms of its, you know, it's so evocative. People always dream to go in an E-Type Jaguar. What can people expect when they're in the passenger seat of your car? Do you give them a nice ride around Birmingham?
Well, it's quite comfortable and quiet, this one.
Comfortable and quiet?
Yes, and still can pick up its skirts and
run for it.
Turn the speed.
Pick up its skirts and run for the hill. There you go. Absolutely wonderful. How much would it cost to go in a car that even Enzo Ferrari said is the most beautiful car ever designed? How much would it cost me to go for a ride in your car, sir?
I think that the sporting bears are charging £40.
40 quid to go in an E-Type Jaguar. £40. It's a sandwich, a cup of tea and a bag of crisps here at the NEC. 40 quid, seriously, that is absolutely incredible. I gather you're going to be quite a popular man today.
It does go to children's charities.
Every single penny goes to children's charities. We thank you for it. Thank you very much for bringing the car up. If you want to go and see Jeff, you want to go and see any of my friends at the Sporting Bears, all you need to do is pick yourself up and walk no more than 50 yards across this hall. They're at the corner of Hall 5. The cars over there, the eclectic mix of cars is absolutely incredible. From a little 1930s Austin 7 all the way up to this E-Type Jaguar. Just go and see the team over there. Find somebody with an orange fleece. They're around, give them a hug. When you pass them, tell them how much you appreciate what they do. And please, have a ride in the car. Every single penny goes to children's charities. You're not giving the money away. You're giving the money away, getting a thrill ride of your life, but you're doing something great in the meantime. Jeff, thank you. Me, the audience here at the NEC, everyone around me would like to show our appreciation to the Sporting Bears. Wonderful, look at that. Beautiful. Oh, what a car. What a car. I love an E-Type Jaguar. You're going to see another E-Type Jaguar up on the stage in just a little while, where the Practical Classics team are trying, I don't think they can pull it off, to build one on stage here over 3 days. It started yesterday morning with a box of parts. Now they've got it, I think, to a rolling chassis, but the aim is by 4 o'clock tomorrow afternoon it's meant to drive off the stage, so we're going to be seeing that. I'm just going to pull the curtain